Good day to all of you. I'm Scholar from the Trader 10 community, and today I'm going to do the midweek forecast for you guys. In this midweek forecast, I'm going to try and predict what might happen in the future by looking at what happened in the past. This midweek forecast, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin, BNB, FTM, ONT, NEAR, RUNE, and ZIL. So please sit back and relax and enjoy the video. So starting off with Bitcoin, looks like it has been doing some very nice things. As we can see, we have been moving upwards, as we're talking about here. Once we get above 51,500, we will probably go to 54k, and that's actually what we've done. We've also tested this bottom side at 56k already, and currently they're trying to bring some bearish momentum in here. Let me quickly remove all my price predictions so we can have a clearer view of the candlesticks. Now, what I'm actually looking for Bitcoin is just looking for a continuation to the upside, as right from here to here, and then maybe give a retracement back to 54k, and then try to attempt new all-time highs. That would be one of the things that they can do. This will be the bullish case scenario that I'm looking out for. Of course, they also have a bearish case scenario, and that's actually well, kind of going down here, or maybe more like a distributing down here, and after the distribution coming back down to 51k. So where I will be looking for our retracement is around 51k. This area looks very interesting if Bitcoin is going to retrace, but of course there are multiple interesting areas for Bitcoin. So we have this area right here. Let me extend these, because, well, these will become, well, these are still valid in the future. This one as well, this is still one that we're trying to achieve right now, and if we're going up, I think we will retest this to check if this has become support. So if and only if we start going down and 51k doesn't hold, I'm also still looking at 48 and even at 44 if we get there. But of course, that's still a long time from now. The bullish case is still going strong, and as long as strength is going strong, I'm not going to fight it until I get my shorting pattern played out on me. So this might actually happen right here. We will see. So let me change this one to red, because, well, this is kind of our shorting pattern right now. Coming down all the way to here, and then we might get a retest to the upside, and then maybe another break to 47 or 44s. So that's kind of it for Bitcoin right now. I'm still just looking for the continuation, but of course there is also the probability that we might actually head down after some distribution. So that's it for Bitcoin for this midweek. Let's head over to the next coin. So next up we have BNB. So looking at BNB, they actually finally did what we wanted them to do for the bullish case scenario back at our last look at this BNB coin and the forecasts. Now, what did they actually do? So they actually came up here, came back down, made a higher low, and because they made a higher low, we actually finally broke out after, well, retesting it again, and of course stopping all these shorts out here, giving us a nice momentum to the upside. So as you can see, what am I expecting for BNB right now? We had this continuation, the basic SR flip right here, so resistance becoming support, and previous support as well. So what you want them to do right now is actually just try and keep on achieving these levels. If they can keep on moving up, that will be pretty bullish in my opinion. Of course, which levels am I looking at right now? So I want them to actually go to the top side, hold around here, maybe a little bit lower, and then try to go for these new all-time highs. Of course, take some PTs on its way to 328. It looks like a good PT. If you just add it on here on your long, consider taking some more PTs as well, and consider looking at what Bitcoin is doing as well. So if and only if we are about to head down and we might be in for a small correction on the Bitcoin, what am I looking for then? I'm looking for something like this. So come back down, back into the zone, touch the bottom side, and then come back down all the way to here. And right here we should find ourselves some nice re-adds for maybe a new move up to the upside, because well, Bitcoin did some things and I don't think it will just go down all the way immediately, and because of that these alts will be very nice to be playing with. So that's kind of what I'm looking for BNB. Either make new all-time highs by doing first go to 300, then come back to 285, and then go to 330. If they're not achieving that, then I think we might see a small retracement either to 255 or to 240. So that's it for BNB. Let's head over to the next coin. For our next coin, we have Phantom USDT. So well, it's also been a while since we've watched this one on the channel, and looks like the bearish case scenario in this case worked out. So we were looking at Phantom on the 26th of February, and here we were saying that I was expecting a move to the upside and then a failure to the downside to this green zone. Looks like they went a little bit below the green zone, but afterwards, as you can see, a zone is valid not only at the current price action, but afterwards it's still valid. So what they've done is, let me remove all these lines. Some of them are still valid, but I will redraw them. So what am I looking for Phantom? They made a higher low right here, and now they actually have a breakout. So the only thing we still have to do, in my opinion, is, or what I would like them to do, is come back down, retest this zone, retest this bottom zone, try to hold some kind of support, and then move back to the upside. And then I will be looking at 0.57 for my long PTs, and then of course it will probably fly to 0.69 and then 0.78. So those are my two targets for Phantom right now on the bullish side. Now of course we also always have a bearish side, and I think kinda here is already a little bit of a bearish movement in here, and I think if this really goes to the bearish side, it will probably do the same thing as here, but come back down to 0.39, hit 0.44 again, and then move lower. Now I don't know if well, I don't know, I'm not that sure if this bearish case scenario will play out. Of course, I'm kind of still a little bit more bullish until Bitcoin gives me my shorting entries and stuff like that, so we will see. Of course, we will always try to look at the charts and play our setups accordingly. So this is one of the bearish setups. Let me look at the daily quickly to see where we might actually head towards if everything goes south. If everything goes south, I will still be looking at the 0.24 level, but look at this beautiful daily candle closes. It's really showing strength in Phantom, and because of that I might be a little bit more bullish biased on this coin. So that's kind of it for Phantom. Here one more time, all our targets maybe coming down. Well, what they can also do is they can just go to the upside, come back down to the downside, retest 50 cents, and then go back to the upside. That's another bullish case scenario. So these are my two bullish case scenarios, and my bearish case scenario is down here, but the daily is really looking promising. So that's it for Phantom. Let's head over to the next coin. So for our next coin, we have Ontology USDT. This coin has a lot of history, so we can probably get a lot of information from these coins. Now, of course, for the support side, we've kind of already checked everything. 0.89 was an important hold in my opinion. What's next for this one? They're probably going to try and achieve 0.5. So let me zoom in, excuse me, and let's have a look what we actually might want to do here. So other than this, I'm also looking at this level right here, and then let's go to the 4-hour. Okay, so currently for me, they're kind of the resistance level right here, so that's why we actually stopped there. Now, what does this tell us when we have a resistance level? This also means that this can become a future support, right? So what I will be looking for is I will be looking for Ontology to touch the 1.4s, come back down, hold this 1.22s, and then try to make and achieve these new local highs. And this, yeah, looks pretty good. Now, of course, we also always have a bearish case scenario, and in this case we have a steep sell-off at our resistance level. So what can play out on Ontology is that we touch the top side and then break the bottom side after some distributing, and then come back down to 1. Depending on what Bitcoin is going to do, this might continue back to the downside, and then I will actually look at something like this. But of course, after a retracement, we can also still go back to the upside. So these will be the two more important setups I will be looking out for. Either we have the continuation to the upside, or we will have the failure to the downside. But I don't think we will break this trend over here immediately. So we will always go down in waves, and these are the waves I will be looking forward to trading. So that's it for ontology. Let's head over to the next one. For our next coin, we have Near USDT. So this one is actually going up pretty hard. Because it is going up pretty hard, I think we might do some kind of fib over here. Now, I've been told that my extension fibs actually aren't the best, so excuse me for that. In this case, I will be looking out for this one, and I will extend this one from here. You can easily see, here's my initial pool, there's the top side, and then this is actually the swing I want them to try. On this extension, we can clearly see that we're aiming for $7. So let's see on the lower time frame and the lower price action if this is actually something that we will be looking out for. So I'm actually going to remove the 0.75. I'm only going to keep the 1.618 because those will be my bigger PTs that I'm looking out for keeping. The rest I mainly like to look at price action, and this is just mainly for all-time highs targets. So what I'm looking out for this one is just continuation to the upside. We have made new all-time highs, we are breaking out, so what do we want to see? We want to see continuation. So are we going to get continuation? I think so. It will kind of depend as well how this hourly will close, but what I'm looking out for is if they come back down, I want them to hold 5.5. Hold 5.5, maybe consolidate a little bit, and then try to moon to, I don't know, 6s, 7s, whatever it will be. The Fibs is telling me 7, but we will see how high this one can go. Now, there are another bullish case scenarios as well, coming back down all the way here, rejecting here, holding a higher low, and then moving to the upside is another option as well. Now, in this lower option, I can also see a bearish case pattern where we actually don't hold a higher low and then come back down all the way to 4.5, maybe to 4.1, and then we can try to re-go to the upside. But that's a little bit far into the future. I'm not going to look that far into the future or try to predict that far in the future. But these are the bullish case scenarios, and this is the bearish case scenario that I'm looking out for near USDT. But this one is looking pretty clean in my opinion. So yeah, must be very fun to trade this one. So that's it for near USDT. Let's head over to the next one. So next up we have RUNE USDT, another coin that is making new all-time highs. Now, firstly looking at this one, I'm going to quickly explain how I do the FIB extension. I'm just looking at the last swing we did before we started breaking out. This is the low of that swing. So I start from here, this is the high of that swing. And then I go back down to here, and then I actually have my FIB pool. Now I'm looking for a target, an end target of 8.1, and after that 10.7. So these will be big profit targets for me. Looking out on the lower time frame to get some more information of this price action, I can clearly see that we have actually finally broken out of this previous resistance right here that we tried to achieve the whole time. So what have they done? They moved up, retested it, and now they're trying to go to the upside and probably going up all the way to our target of $8. Now, this can of course fail as well. If price does not achieve the previous highs, then we might actually see some accumulation distribution coming down to the downside, and then I will be looking at 5.5s for an add. And if everything really goes south, we can maybe even expect some lower of 4.5s, but this will only happen if Bitcoin is going to dump. I'm still thinking that Bitcoin is going in the good way. Let me look at the screen to the left. Yeah, it's still looking decent. Of course, there is a shorting setup right now as well, but we will see. For this all-time high, what will I be looking for if I were playing RUNE? I would be looking for staircasings. And when we stop staircasing, that will be my signal to start looking to get out of this trade actually. So that's kind of it for RUNE USDT. Let's head over to the next coin. For our last coin, we have ZIL USDT. And for this coin, looks actually pretty good. It's also at resistance right now. Looks a little bit like Ontology in my opinion. Let me look to the left. There's nothing to the left. So we can just play this locally, which makes easier TA. So looking at this, we're currently at resistance, and this is going to look a lot like the Ontology Ontology TA. So they're holding this right here, which is actually pretty bullish, where I will then be looking for something like this, just staircasing to the upside between support and resistance lines. Now, how can this still go to the downside if they actually reject right here and then move to 0.11 ish? Yeah, this area is what I would be looking for some support if we were to break down. Now, for the rest, this coin is actually looking pretty good. Looking at the daily, yeah, what we really want to do is want to get above the 0.136 level. If we can get above it, I really think we will be making new all-time highs. For these new all-time highs, of course, what's going to be in it? 0.16, and that's actually a huge percentile for this coin. So if they fail to break out above 0.14 and hold it, and then retest 0.13 and go to 16, if they fail to do that, I'm looking for 0.117 for the bearish retracement. Well, bearish retracement, it's still a bullish retracement because they will not have lost anything. So yeah, looks very nice. Really looking forward to seeing what this coin is going to do. And yeah, that's actually it for this coin as well. So guys, that sums up the midweek forecast for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please consider giving us a thumbs up. Also, if you want your coin to be reviewed in our weekend forecast, please let me know and I will look into it and consider making it actually a debut into our weekend forecast. If you want to know more about how we do TA and you want to teach it yourself, please consider checking us out on Twitch, where we teach you how to do TA daily for free. So guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure to manage your risk in these markets, and I will see you guys on Friday for the weekend forecast. Bye bye.